Hi everyone, I am Jatin Verma, a verified educator on Unacademy. So guys, many of you already must be knowing about me due to the popular daily Hindu news analysis course by me at Unacademy. So guys, here I am going to talk about the upcoming Indian Polity and Governance course, which is going to be the sixth batch on the same topic, Indian Polity and Governance. Right, so let me give you a quick overview, a quick kind of introduction to this course as to what all are we going to deal with in this course. So let's quickly talk about the coverage as to what all am I going to cover in this course. How is this course going to be beneficial for you guys? So many of us, we read Indian Polity by M. Lakshmikant and then we try to correlate it with the current affairs, the dynamic portion. But at the end of the day, we find that the preparation of Indian Polity and Governance course, GS Mains Paper 2, has got fragmented. So this course is going to help you bridge the gap between prelims preparation as well as mains preparation. We normally read the articles, for example, Article 14 of the Constitution or Article 324 or Article 143, the advisory jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. But we do not go into the nitty-gritty, we do not go into the governance aspect of it. So this course is going to be helpful insofar as the governance aspect of this thing is concerned. My endeavor would be to present all the details regarding the topics like motion of thanks, like no confidence motion, like impeachment motion of Chief Justice of against the Chief Justice of India. So we'll be referring to books like Indian Polity by M. Lakshmikant, of course, then D.D. Basu, Fundamental Rights, Directive Principles of State Policy. Then NCERTs would also be salient aspects of some chapters of NCERT would also be taken along with the books we are talking about, D.D. Basu, Subhash Kashyap, etc. Then political theory class 11th, this is a must read for Indian polity for UPSC Civil Services exam. We will be referring to that as well. Additional relevant sources, this is where the students struggle because of paucity of time. IGNOU booklets, MPS 003, this deals with federalism, the contours of federalism, center-state relations, be it the financial side of central-state relations or the legislative side or the administrative side of center-state relations, role of civil services in a democracy. These things we are going to talk about in this course. Now, relevant notes from various government reports is going to be an added feature of this course. Second, Administrative Reforms Commission's recommendations wherever relevant. Sarkaria Commission and the controversy in Karnataka. The how the single largest political party was invited to form the government. So these kind of issues, as and when they pan out, like in Uttarakhand, Karnataka, these all issues will also be taken along with the recommendations, so as to analyze whether the recommendations of Sarkaria Commission or for that matter Panchi Commission are they relevant today, and then National Commission to review the working of the Constitution. Not merely the blind reading, andhadhund reading of these reports. This is actually going to be context-based reading of these reports, right? So when we are talking about the institution of governor, what is the Sarkaria Commission's take on that? That is how they are to be read, and up to what extent do we need to go into the depth of these reports? So what is the level? Do we need to go too deep in certain places, or do we need to have this just the superficial knowledge of it? Then apart from this, some debates of the Indian Constitution on the Indian Constitution by Granville Austin. He's written two books, Indian Constitution at Work and then Indian Constitution, the Cornerstone of a Nation. Some relevant portion, the excerpt of these books have also been has also been incorporated in these course PPTs, the presentations and the handouts that will be shared with you guys. Then working a democratic constitution, as I told you, public institutions in India, Pratap Bhanu Mehta. This is for mains and for understanding the role that should be played by the organizations like like Central Election Commission, like Central Information Commission, etc. Then Constitutional Questions by A.G. Nurani. This is also a very good book. Those of you who want to prepare on their own, they can refer these books for on their own also. This is not the only thing, but I will be dealing with these things in an interlinking, taking the interlinking approach, that we can derive a particular, we can take a particular paragraph, a particular leaf out of these books and can place it at the relevant place in the theory called Theory of Polity, which is given in books like D.D. Basu or Subhash Kashyap or M. Lakshmikant. So reports the extent of coverage will be citation and explanation of relevant recommendations of second ARC, Panchi Commission, National Commission to Review, the working of the Constitution and Law Commission. Insofar as Law Commission deals with your death penalty thing, like honorable former Prime Minister's, this case is going on in Tamil Nadu, this saga that is continuing, Rajiv Gandhi convicts, right? So former Prime Minister's case, and then Law Commission, what has it got to say on death penalty in India, Law Commission and euthanasia, so these kind of things. My point is, the idea is not just to reiterate the recommendations or not just to read out the theory and given in put in the PPTs. The idea is to explain each and every point in a distilled clear manner. So this has been the approach in my previous 5 batches of Polity also. Like in that, no doubt goes unanswered. The people who have already opted for these courses, Indian Polity and Indian Economy, I make it sure that no query goes unaddressed. Only thing expected of you guys is to be regular with the classes. That's it. So other salient features, let's quickly have a look at the other salient features of this thing also. This course will primarily be in English, but having said that, 20 to 30% English Hindi would also be used, right? 30-40% तक हिंदी का यूसेज भी इसमें रहेगा. So wherever you get stuck, so I'll be using Hindi also. Live sessions plus recorded classes. Many of you don't have the clarity कि live classes के साथ साथ आप लोग इसे recorded session भी आपका recorded session आपके पास में रहेगा 1 से 2 साल तक, depending upon the policy of Unacademy. Now prelims plus mains oriented integrated approach we'll be taking in this course, and there will be guidance on mains answer writing approach as we proceed along the topics, like the topics in news, governor's role or president's role or veto power, etc. Then other interesting features, this course is going to be we'll be following a two-way communication approach. Since we are studying the polity here, we'll be talking about this course will follow a democratic way of learning things, right? So weekly quizzes is an essential feature of this course. Every Thursday or Friday there will be a quiz of 30 questions, right? Weekly doubts clearing live session, this kind of thing is also there. Periodic MCQ assignments, then periodic guidance on mains answer writing. Then when we say lifetime, as I told you, lifetime basically means 1 to 2 years, right? So that is a sufficient period for you to cover these videos, for you to cover the polity and governance. And then this thing is there, a quick look at the PPTs, course PPTs. This is the approach, not merely reading out the PPTs, not to make it boring, not to make the reading of polity boring anymore. So we are going to make it interesting as to how to retain the topics in a better manner. Like what is the principle of preambular this thing, right? Then equal protection of laws in equal circumstances. It is a positive concept. These kind of PPTs, this dynamic thing I'll be following. Then the certain new features have also been added, new topics added from current affairs to cater in a better manner to the governance aspect of the course. Polity, everybody has been reading, okay? So governance, basically state finance commissions, in the light of the recent controversy surrounding Finance Commission, that recommendations of terms of reference of the Finance Commission were decided in a unilateral manner by the central government. Terms of reference controversy. So we will see what is the role played by state finance commissions, and then as I told you, recommendations you will find at relevant places. So here you can find the 14th Finance Commission recommendations as a citation in order for us to write a better answer. So this is going to be there. Expected outcome, issue based approach will be following, will not be following book based approach ki ek book padhni hai, we have to read 2 books, 3 books, nothing like that. Issue, whatever issue is covered in a better manner, for example in Granville Austin, or for example in Pratap Bhanu Mehta, we will be deriving that particular we'll be taking out that particular paragraph and then we'll be using it to our advantage. So this is going to be there. You can consider joining this course. So this was all. Thank you. Wish to see you all in the course. Bye bye.